Hey guys, welcome to our Saturday night crawler fat bike ride. So we're gonna go ride into Centennial Park and Cascade Trails, and we're doing it at night. I have a habit of doing that because I've gotten used to not having to deal with people. You don't have to deal with people, you don't have to deal with dogs. I think it makes it a more enjoyable experience. I see some very fresh fat bike tracks in front of us, so we may actually run into another fat biker. Mind you, the last night ride, the music video, 2 videos ago, there was, I think, 3 people that I know were in the trails at the same time I was, but we never ran into each other. I saw when their rides were posted on Strava, and somebody messaged me on Instagram and said that they were in there at the same time, but didn't run into anybody. Saw their tracks, of course. So it's currently minus 17 Celsius. We are entering into a cold snap. I think starting tomorrow night into Christmas Day. So the overnight lows into the deep minus 20s, maybe even low minus 30s. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, even the daytime highs are not supposed to get warmer than minus 20. So even the daytime highs will be in the minus 20s. So, but it's the final week and a day left in the year of riding, and I'm about 300 kilometers away from hitting 15,000 kilometers for the year. So that really cold weather isn't going to make it any easier. I still think I'll be able to do it, but it'll probably take, just like last year, it took me till the final day of the year to do it. Like tonight we're going to do 2 hours, but because we're on trails, you know, if we do 25 kilometers, we'll be doing good. I'll do another 2 hours tomorrow. It'll probably be 25 kilometers, pretty much all off-road. And that'll give me a decent week. Like, that'll give me 14 hours, over 14 hours for the week, which is a decent amount of riding, all well below freezing outside. And then I'll probably have to do another 14 hours next week to hit 15,000 kilometers. Maybe I'll do it a day or 2 early, we'll see. But 14 hours in these kinds of conditions ends up being about 250 kilometers. But I have, this is a 4-day weekend because Monday's Christmas and Tuesday is Boxing Day in Canada, and they're stat holidays for me. So theoretically, I should be able to do a decent amount of riding on Monday and Tuesday. But like I said, it's going to be really cold. Really, really cold. So we're just going to go do essentially a kind of a big loop. It'll take us to the furthest rideable trails in the Cascades. I know there's a trail that continues on upstream. We used to ride it in the 90s, but unless it gets regular use in the wintertime, it will be completely unrideable. I kind of had this idea in my head that I'd go there with snowshoes and pack it in, and it would give you access to a river, the river further upstream where snowmobiles would use it, but it's too much work. If I'm going to go ride up that river, I will have to ride up there on a road first. There's a road that takes you to a good starting point. Yeah, so around 14-15 hours I think is my limit, my mental limit in the winter. Being outside in the cold. I'll probably physically handle more, but mentally I don't want to do any more. Like, got all the clothing to ride. I can ride pretty comfortably for a couple hours down to minus 25. After that, can't say I've really ridden much longer than an hour below minus 25 Celsius, but it gets mentally draining to ride in the cold like that all the time, and knowing you morning you wake up and to throw on your clothes for my commute to work, and day after day it does wear on you a bit. So we've gotten a couple snowfalls this week, not just small dumps of a few centimeters each time. That's the best way to get it for fat biking conditions, because it still keeps conditions rideable and it doesn't take that long for it to get packed down. Like this section here is still a little bit soft. This isn't a high traffic piece of trail. Further in we get, should get better. It's probably busy here with walkers today, further in. So we're rocking 4 lights right now. I have my 2 Cycle Light Trident X's on the handlebar, and I'm running about 950 lumens. They're 1300 lumen max, but they've gotten so much use for the past 2 years that I can't even get 2 hours out of the batteries running them on high anymore. But then I also have a Gemini Duo mounted upside down on my handlebar, and for that I got the highest capacity battery that they have, and sorry, concentrating on pedaling. Someone tried to ride through here not on a fat bike and they didn't make it up that hill. You can see their tire spin out tracks. Not enough flotation. Yeah, I got the highest capacity battery. The battery is pretty new, so no problem running it at 1500 lumens for 2 hours. And on my head I have like a head strap light. And it maxes out at 1000 lumens, but it's gotten lots of use in the past year or so. Right now running it at 450 lumens, so it should still be enough light to make a decent video. Got a downhill coming up here. Also running Dillinger 4s instead of my Dillinger 5s. Probably not the ideal choice, but again, I was going to do a different ride today, but decided against it. I'll do that ride, that vlog that ride eventually this winter. So it probably would have been better to switch out to Dillinger 5 for flotation, but for this ride. But like I said, we didn't get that much extra snow. So it's actually really not that soft. This is a less used part of the trail, so it's still pretty bumpy from only minor amounts of human footprints. Oh, geez, I'm gonna come and ski through here. We'll try not to ride through the ski tracks. So the temperature's supposed to drop below -20 tonight, so we'll see if that happens in the 2 hours of our ride. Right now it's at -17.8. Thought it would be more beautiful in here with the snow on the trees, but the second snowfall it was warmer, so I think it fell off the trees. So cooling off rapidly is now -19.1. It's only been maybe 5 minutes since I had told you the temperature before. Which happens here sometimes because we're moving away from Lake Superior and we're consistently gaining elevation. It's really gradual mostly, but you're pretty much constantly going uphill. Okay, so now it's hit -20. Wonder how much more it will drop. Oh, it's hot. I think that's a pedal reflector. Yeah, someone lost pedal reflector. Someone picked it up and attached it to the tree. Probably some hiker that hates fat bikers. I was like, look at their litter. That looks really nice. This is the swampy section that's not really rideable in the summer. It's only rideable in the winter time. Right, we are now leaving Centennial Park and now going into the Cascades. These trails are much firmer, smoother. Looks like somebody skied through here on cross-country skis. Really wide ones, backcountry cross-country skis. It also looks like the last people that come through here were fat bikers. Very nice conditions in here. These trails and Cascades have the nicest fat biking conditions in the winter, but it's not a big trail network. I don't even think a loop in here would take 30 minutes. But then the other thing is you come in here in the daytime and there's lots of conflict with walkers and dogs. That's why you come in here at night. No fat bikers coming down this trail today. Fun section there. In the wintertime, in the summertime, the bottom there it's all rocky, so you have to slow to a crawl practically. Not sure how fast you can go through it on full suspension, but no doubt faster. Having trouble shifting up to the 42 tooth on the back. Just gave it a little more cable tension. Seemed to help. Just turn the dial on the shifter. Like the past couple of years when I'd get home from work on my commute in the winter, I try to clean off the snow off the bike and then bring it inside the house so that I could charge it with the battery still on the bike in my frame bag. But this winter I've been leaving it in my unheated porch and then leaving the lights on the bike but pulling all the batteries off, charging them, and then in the morning, just as I'm getting ready to go, I throw the batteries on, route the cables, a power cable to the lights. Adds a extra 2-3 minutes in the morning of time. I need to do that. Like I generally sleep to the last possible minute, and then I get up and shower the night before, get up and use the bathroom if I need to, and then pretty much immediately start throwing on my clothes while I'm brushing my teeth, and then throw the batteries on the bike and I'm out the door. So generally from the time I wake up to the time I take my first pedal stroke, it's less than 20 minutes. I ride fasted. It's like 45 minutes, so I don't bonk 45 minutes, and then when I get to work I eat something a little bit substantial that'll get me through to, I start at work at 8 o'clock and then get a coffee break at 10 o'clock and then eat something again at 10 o'clock, and then totally looking forward to lunchtime, which is usually between 11:30 and 12. So I think that riding in the morning fasted is good for weight control, although the past 2 weeks we've had tons of food and snacks at work, and we're getting gifts of chocolate and food at work, and noticeably gained weight in just 2 weeks. But these final 2 weeks of the month are been putting on a pretty good push of riding, so should all be gone by New Year's Eve. Another steep hill. That's I think the hardest hill I have to deal with today, or tonight. Not much left in today. Be after 10 o'clock when we're done this ride. Temperature's warmed up actually. At one point it was minus 20.8, about to break into the minus 21 range. Now it's warming up to minus 20.2. We just broke over the 1 hour of riding mark. We're almost breathing. Almost at the point where we loop around and start heading back. So there will be, I think, 2 short steep hills that probably aren't going to be rideable for us. One is a set of stairs that we get tons of snow, it covers the stairs. When we don't get tons of snow, there's usually a trail worn in beside it. But even so, it's quite steep. You gotta get a good strong run for it. It's hard to get a run for it because it's all gradual uphill to it anyways. This is the hill here. Oh. Maybe with clipless pedals could have done it, but I'm even slipping with my shoes. I think there's one more steep one, but it's gradual uphill to it as well. Yeah, here it is. We're not going to be able to ride it. Alright, battery died just as we were started going up that hill. But yeah, I had to get off and push the bike. So that battery lasted about 50 minutes at the minus 20 range. There's one more steep hill, but I think this one's not quite as bad. So this battery probably won't even get us all the way home, but I'll probably have stopped the vlog before we get all the way home. I didn't bring any fluids with me. 2 hours should be fine. I was well hydrated before I left. Okay, so we're gonna go this way. So take us to the parking lot of the conservation area. And then we'll go to another piece of trail. This will just add a little bit of extra distance and time. Our average speed right now is 11.2 kilometers an hour, so in 2 hours we won't even have gone 25 kilometers, so try and make it take a bit longer than 2 hours, so we'll get 25 kilometers. Okay, we might see people in this parking lot. Teenagers come to hide from their parents. Nope, no teenagers hiding from their parents in here tonight. Too cold, I guess. Pretty big snow banks. So, yeah, a decent amount of snow this year. Still need more, though, to cover all the rocks and roots. This is another section where I think the Strava KOM was set in the winter time. Won't be set tonight, it's not hard packed enough. And it's really warming up now, it's minus 19.6. Okay, as we've dropped down to these lower sections, the temperature has again dropped below minus 20. Okay, we'll stop and take at least a few pictures tonight. For social media. Picture of the temperature. Moisture on the lens. Picture of the trail. Maybe it's not the prettiest section, but reasonably pretty. We'll take one more shot at some point. This oh, see, this is prettier than the picture we just took, but we're not going to stop again. The auto start stop function on this Garmin isn't as sensitive as the one on my Polar, so pedaled for 5-6 seconds there before it started up again. Well, that was beautiful here. We should have taken a picture here, but plenty more opportunities this winter.